Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Amanda, and I've got your Saturday video. We're wrapping up the theme on rigorous honesty with our final Saturday of the month of June. Holy shit. I know everyone talks about, I can't believe how fast the year is going, but really, I can't believe how fast the year is going. But it's been really good, and I hope it's been good for you too. So, actually, right after I recorded last week's video, I read something by one of my favorite authors and teachers, and that is Richard Rohr. I'm reading his book, Breathing Underwater, which is about spirituality and the 12 steps. And he has this quote in there that says, "How you do your life is your real and final truth, not what ideas you believe." And I was like, yes, that explains perfectly what I'm talking about, especially last week when I talked about rigorous honesty and why do we get so defensive and why do we get so worked up and bent out of shape about being right and being perceived as right and having people agree with us. And I was thinking about it, and I thought it'd be great to wrap up the month with this thought because it helps me to kind of articulate why I think ultimately we can view our uncomfortable feelings as gifts. And I know that could seem far-fetched, especially if you're just getting started on feeling your negative emotion and being present with all your feelings. But there's such this beautiful thing that can happen if we get curious about our defensiveness and if we understand what's really going on there. And so it really speaks to this idea of how we're confused. When we talk about the ego being this false construct and we over-identify with it and we create these false selves, we get confused and think that's like who we really are. And so if that's threatened, if an idea of ours is threatened and we've overly identified with it, then it's like we're being threatened. We perceive it that way and we feel like we have to fight and defend and attack and all these things. And it's super uncomfortable and it's not helpful and it just keeps us stuck in these false ideas about ourselves. So we're confused. Like the quote says, how we do our life is our real and final truth, not just the ideas that we believe about it. So it's okay if someone doesn't agree with you. Like if you're not overly identified with a belief, you know that that's not who I am, then it's not as threatening if someone doesn't have the same belief or the same opinion. And also if you're really aligned with that belief, if your actions, if you're saying like, I'm anti-racist and my actions are showing that and I'm learning more every day and I'm working hard to be anti-racist, then it's not such a big deal if someone's like, you need to look at your racism or you need to check your privilege. It's like, yeah, you're right, I do, and I actively do it every day, no big deal. But I wanted to offer this to help folks who are getting uptight about certain things or getting like really on the defensive about certain ideas, and the anti-racist thing has just been up a lot for good reason. And so I just want to help with that. Like if we're feeling ashamed about how we're approaching something, this is the thing too. If we're getting really defensive, and that means there's shame under there. And when we experience shame, which we've talked about, meaning like there's something fundamentally wrong with me, then that's going to feel painful and we're going to want to avoid it and we're not going to be able to engage and do better. And also I think there's something to look at there when maybe there's a part of us that knows we're not upholding through our actions the things that we claim to believe. And so rather than feeling like shame about that or getting super defensive, which I think a defensiveness is often just the reaction to shame. Like there's something in us that says, oh my God, you're right. I hate what it would mean to admit that you're right. I don't like myself already, so I'm just going to get really upset and defensive. But what if we just took those as moments to just sort of get back in alignment with ourselves? Like it wouldn't matter to us if we didn't really want to be doing better, right? Like it wouldn't matter if someone called me out on being on racism and I didn't care about racism. I was like proud or whatever about it and like I wouldn't care. But if there's something there, if it makes me upset, if I feel defensive, if I want to say, no, that's not true, then that means that somewhere deep inside I do feel out of alignment with my highest self. And that's what's going to feel the best. And that's where the kindness comes in, where I believe that the universe is kind and that we're all fundamentally good and we're always just being given opportunities to realign with our highest selves. And so if there's a place where we're out of alignment, then if that comes up where like our beliefs are challenged, it's going to feel like shit, and that can be a clue. And instead of running at that point, instead of getting defensive or blocking it out or unfriending that person, what if we just took a breath and paused, reminded ourselves of our worthiness to kind of tend to that shame, like start at the place of having your own back and trusting in your fundamental goodness and trusting that you belong and that the universe only wants the best for you. And then get curious and be like, okay, am I out of alignment here? Is this true somehow about me? Can I do better? There's nothing wrong with you, but if you're out of alignment with your actions, like out of integrity, if you claim certain beliefs but your actions aren't matching that, that's where your beliefs get challenged and you get defensive. And so it's just a chance to get back in alignment with yourself. And in that way, it's a gift. If you're familiar at all with Byron Katie's work, I love her work. And if you're not familiar, go check her out. It's Byron Katie, The Work. And in one of her turnarounds, she takes you through these 4 questions and turnarounds. And at the end of this work, when you're going through a painful thought and working with it, there's this place where you say, you take the painful feeling or the painful thought, and in this case, say it's defensiveness. And you say, I look forward to feeling defensive again. Or I'm eager to feel defensive. And I feel like I'm finally understanding what this means. Like, why would I look forward to feeling shitty again? Because it's not just this like outside force that's trying to attack you or make you feel shitty. That's not the goal. The goal is to help you get back into alignment and get back to your highest self. And so if we say, I look forward to feeling defensive, or I look forward to feeling persecuted, or I look forward to feeling called out, all that means is it's a chance to go within and get back in integrity with ourselves and with the world. And that's a really good thing. And that's where we're going to feel super comfortable and happy and at peace, and like we're fulfilling our best purpose and doing the best work in the world. So hope this video made sense. Hope you're having a great weekend. And I am excited to be here next Saturday with a new video. Actually, I'm going to be backpacking next week, which I'm really excited about. So I will record the video beforehand and have it posted for you either early Friday morning or Thursday. So you can look forward to an early video. Haven't chosen the theme yet. If you have an idea, pop it in the comments. Otherwise, I will just have it ready before the next video. Also, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, please send me an email. I'd love to hear from you and talk about if we might be a good fit. You can send me an email at amandagoldmakesart@gmail.com. All right, that's everything for me today. Have a good one. I love you. Thanks so much for watching.